Now that we had a look at the menus on the left for the package and on the right for the sliders, let's have a look at what else is there on the menus of the authoring tool. On the top you have a home button that you can use to return to the authoring tool menu and review your courses. You could use the logo for that as well. Next to it you have the help button, which would pop up the tutorials and the different clips that would help you get familiar with the authoring tool. Next to it we have the undo and redo buttons. So for example, if you change something, you can undo that change or redo that move so that you are in control of the different processes and ways to edit your slide. Next to it you have the slide selection menu, from which you can select a different slide to go to or use it to see how the slides transition, also browse them one by one. Here you have the zoom in and zoom out tool. You can select a different percentage of zooming or select to fit to the screen so that you have the best view possible. But if you want, you can zoom in and zoom out and have a look at the details from a perspective which is close or far, but fit to screen would be enough in most cases. Then is the selection button, where you can select, for example, two elements, or you can select more than one element. So you save the selection, and now that it's fixed, you have the ability to preview and hide it, edit and delete the selection, so you can control multiple elements together. Next to it we have the different views for selecting the PC screen view, the tablet view, the phone and second view for phone, which are vertical and horizontal. As you can see, we have the different views and the main one. Then you can save from here, from the save button. You can save your progress or your edits and changes. Below you have the timeline and sequencer, in which you have a play button so that you can preview how the slide looks like and see the different animations and pop-ups, if any. You can stop it or return to the beginning and start it from the beginning. You can loop the slide so that it always rotates in the loop, and you can make changes on the go. You can mute the audio if there is a need for that. And again, you have a full screen view button here. On this meter, you can change the different zooming of the sequencer so that you can have a more detailed or far outlook on the different elements. The timer, the progress time and the total time of the slide, you can change those and you can set up how long the slide should be. Then you have a full screen so that you can have a wider timeline. As you can see, it does not obstruct the other menus. But in case you want, you can minimize it to the bottom here or maximize it back, as well as slide it up, and from this button you can see channels as you want in the sequencer, in case you have multiple channels and you want to review how they are placed. When you move it down, you can see that the fit to screen option is always on, so you can always see the maximum of your slide. When we are looking at the different elements, you can hide and reveal them from this button here. You can lock their movement, or you can decide their position and lock it so that they are not selectable or movable. So if you want something to be fixed on a specific location or area of the slide, you can select this little lock here. Also, you can edit different settings for the element, like its name, for example. As you can see, we can rename it or have an edit and click on the tick here so that you can verify it. When an element is present on the sequencer, it has an intro animation that you can select or see how long it takes for the element to be present and visible on the timeline, as well as an animation for fade out or something else so that the element gets removed at the end of this bar. You can decide how long the element should be. You can decide how long the animation should be too, and also where to start, where to finish. You have markers on the timeline which signify the beginning, the end of the slide, which part should be visible or in a loop. And when you play it, you see that we have a red bar that is moving, and it signifies where on the timeline it is at the moment. As you can see, it's moving up towards the end number from here, and when it reaches the end, it stops.